What's going on, everybody? It's JRPG enthusiast here, Shadow Elite HD, back again with another video. Alright guys, I'm a little bit late to the party here, and it kind of sucks. I've seen everything, I've seen all the news, I've seen all the gameplay, E3 week, it's been a crazy last few days. I went to AC, I came back, I was sick as hell for the last 2 days. Actually 2 days and a half, and it's just, oh man, and I'm not even 100% right now, so you might hear my voice being a little bit raspy than it usually is, but you know what, I'm here, I have to talk about it, and I didn't even have a chance to talk about the Persona 5 release date when it came out with the whole limited edition stuff and stuff like that, but I'm gonna talk about that now. So the release date is February 14th, 2017. Jesus H Christ. Oh man, sometimes I wonder what the hell were the publishers, what the hell were Atlas thinking when they said 2014, winter 2014. And I believe that winter 2014 release date was supposed to be a worldwide release. I don't even know where we got worldwide release from. Maybe that was just a rumor taken out of context and everybody was just saying the same thing, so we all thought it was factual. But damn, 2014 to 2017, even for the Japanese release date, 2014 to 2016, that's pretty huge. So now Persona 5 is coming out in 2017, about 4 years, or 3 years rather, after it was announced. And that's pretty insane. I've been waiting for this game for a long time. I've been waiting for this game since I completed Persona 4 back in 2009. Okay, I think it was I think it actually was in February. I would have to go back and load my old save data on my PS2, but ever since I completed Persona 4, I was like, damn, am I ever gonna get another game like this? Am I ever gonna get another game that makes me feel this way? Meet another game that is as awesome as this game is right here. Everything about Persona 4 was perfect in my eyes. It might not have been perfect from everybody else's perspective. And hell, maybe if I was to actually review Persona 5, I might come out with a couple of flaws, but nothing that's actually going to affect my whole gameplay experience. Man, everything about that game was amazing. And a lot of you guys agree with me. Even if you just coming from Persona 4 in the past, I don't know, couple of years, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, you just discovered Persona 4. But for me, I've been waiting for this game patiently. And I gotta admit, I have been pessimistic about it, about its release date, about where it's been, because that's just the type of person I am, guys. I am not somebody who likes to get overly hyped for something this huge. And don't get me wrong, I am hyped, but I don't like to get my hopes up and then get them shot down. When I can see something in the clearing, when I can see something is obvious, I don't want to have my hopes up or my hype level too high. So I'm hoping that this release date is in fact set in stone, that it will be coming out and there's no delay or anything like that, which it can't possibly happen. They have plenty of time to localize it, they have plenty of time to play test it, they have plenty of time to get it out there so they can, go through the script, make sure everything is good. And it definitely should be coming out on that day. No exceptions, nothing whatsoever. The only thing that can happen is some catastrophe happens in Japan or around the world and then we won't get it. But February 14th, 2017 is a day that we will all be playing Persona 5. Thank God. Now, I did pre-order the limited edition, and till this day, even though the release date was set by maybe a couple of weeks ago and the pre-orders went up live, I still don't know what's in this damn thing. I tweeted that I literally blindly pre-ordered. I said, put it in the Amazon cart, proceed to checkout, hit pre-order, and bam, that was it. I don't even know what this thing is coming with, so I'm going to look at it right now. Alright, so what I pre-ordered, there are 2 editions. There's a Steelbook Launch Edition, and that just comes with the, Steelbook, I guess. Probably something like what my old Spirit Limited Edition came with. And so I got the Take Your Heart Premium Edition. It's a PS4 only, and it's for $89.99, which my total price for Amazon came out to like $100 and something. Either way, let's see what it comes with. You get the soundtrack CD, of course. Awesome. It seems that there's a selection of music from Persona 5, the legendary series composer, and a CD wallet case featuring P5 artwork. Persona 5, Persona series in general, it's so weird because it has to really live up to the soundtrack that was in Persona 4. I mean, the soundtrack alone was amazing. It's like every song in Persona 4 I absolutely love, and it comes really close to Final Fantasy 7 in terms of how awesome the soundtrack is. Even Persona Q had a great soundtrack to it, so if I don't like the music in Persona 5, that's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a huge problem for me. But like I said, with Persona Q, I really didn't like the music for Persona Q at first, but then I listened to it a little bit more and I was like, oh shit, this is amazing. And you know what? I actually think the same thing happened with Persona 4. I remember listening to the battle theme, Reach Out to the Truth, and I was like, what? There's vocals in this? Why are there vocals in my battle theme? What is going on here? And I was like, whatever. And then, of course, I kept playing the game, and I was like, oh, this shit is catchy as fuck. And then I'm like, oh, this is good. This is really good. So that's another thing about Persona music, is that it's kind of a cheap shot, and at the same time, you kind of can't help it because it's catchy. It's catchy music. I'm not gonna lie. It's good and it's catchy. So that's just like, that's like a double-edged sword kind of, but you're kind of okay with it. So I'm looking forward to the soundtrack in Persona 5 immensely. So in addition to the soundtrack CD, you get a 4-inch Morgana, I don't know how to pronounce it, plush, and that's the cat. I guess you could say he'll be the mascot or Persona 5, I guess, like Teddy was, I guess. That's interesting to get a plush because I have like a whole bunch of plushes from limited editions. I think I got one for Disgaea, or one from Hyper Dimension Neptune Victory, Mega Dimension Neptune Victory 2. I'm sorry, and I don't do anything with these plushes. I don't even hang them out. I don't even put them on display because what am I going to do with them? So, of course, you get a 64-page hardcover art book. Of course, you got to get an art book, featuring all the artwork, the concept, the failed art or stuff I didn't go through in the final version and stuff like that. That's pretty good. A steel book for the PS4 game. I don't really care that much for steel books because when I look at it in my collection, I'm like, I don't care how it doesn't like mesh well with the collection, on the shelf. It's like I have it for I have it for 2 games right now on my collection, Tales of Xillia and Final Fantasy Type 0 HD, and it just doesn't mesh well. That's why when I'm finally done with Odin Spear, I'm gonna take it out of the steel book and I'm just gonna place it on the shelf, and I'm gonna put the steel book back in the limited edition case. A school bag. You get a school bag. Too bad I got no use for the school bag. maybe I'll have use for it when I go out on trips and stuff. Maybe when I go to other conventions. But how big is this school bag? What the heck? Oh, it's like an actual school bag. It's like the school bag that they use in the game in the actual Japan. So that's okay. Okay, maybe I will have some use for this right now, but I don't know if I would actually, even if I was still in school, I don't know if I would actually use it. Actually, I would. YOLO, I don't give a damn. So that seems that all that comes with the Take Your Heart Premium Edition, which you could have charged this for $300. I still would have got it, unlike Final Fantasy 15. So yeah. February 14, 2017 can't come fast enough. And that's Valentine's Day. So, if I am happen to be in a relationship by then, I'm going to be like, yeah, you know what? Don't get in contact with me that day. You might as well break up with me because I don't give a fuck. And I actually had to take off of work for that day. And it's a little bit early. It's like 8 months out. So when December, maybe November comes, I'm going to be like, I need the day off, and I don't care what they say. I don't care what happens. I'm going to tell them straight up, I ain't making no excuse for this, okay? I'm going to tell them straight up, there's a game coming out. I've been waiting for it for almost a decade. I don't care. I'm taking this day off. And I'm not taking off the day that it comes out. I'm not taking off February 14th. I'm taking off February 15th because I can wait until the end of my work day to go out and get the game and play it. As hard as that is for me to believe, but I think I can wait. And I'd rather have the next day completely to myself to play the game for 24 hours straight. And who knows, I might take off the following day. I might take off, it comes out Tuesday, I might take off Wednesday and Thursday. And I'm going to make sure I'm not working that Saturday or Sunday, which I don't work Sunday, so I don't know why I said that. I'm going to make sure I'm taking off that Saturday. So yeah, it comes with a lot of great stuff, this limited edition, and I'm looking forward to it a lot. Now, there is one more thing I want to discuss about this game, and that's the possibility of censorship. Now, as we've all seen with the box art, the English box art seems to be a little bit censored. Now, it seems that the rating logo was going to cover Mamorga's face or something like that, so they moved them a little bit up, and that in turn covered the main girl's cleavage. Now, there is some merit to this. I believe somebody tried to Photoshop it to see if they could do it without covering his face, but to be rather honest about it, this is all a little bit too convenient for me. So this is my pessimistic nature kicking in, and I'm basically saying this game is going to be censored in somehow, some way, some shape, some form. And it might not just be centered in forms of, cleavage, ass shots, panty shots, and stuff like that. It might be centered in the way the personas are presented, because some of the personas are very religious and, they're like gods and deities and stuff like that. So they might censor those as well, which I don't have a problem with that stuff. It's kind of childish in this day and age that people will still get offended with stuff like that, but, whatever, to each their own. But as far as the other things go, just to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised. Persona has reached mainstream success with just 2 games, and it's pretty much just Persona 4 at this point that's pretty much skyrocketed this series to being what it is. Because when you talk about Persona, you don't talk about Persona 1 and 2 at all. You're pretty much just talking about 3. You're largely, and I do mean largely, talking about 4. So if you don't want a lot of heat on you, I wouldn't blame them for censoring if they did. I'd be mad, don't get me wrong, I'd definitely be upset, but I could see the reason of why they're doing it. Anyway guys, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.